That's legal. I can actually come across and just whack you as hard as I can. You can knock a guy out. Konnichiwa, my name is Konishiki, and I'm an ex-Sumo Tori. I've been in Japan for the past 40 years. I joined Sumo in 1982, so I've been in the circuit for 16 years as a professional Sumo Tori. Today we'll be looking at some sumo scenes from movies and see how real it is. Through my eyes, Konishiki's eyes.
That man is Miyagi-yama, the greatest fighter in Japan.
But he's so tiny.
It's very real. His name is Mike Naomi. He's actually a real professional sumo tori. And that's the thing that a lot of Americans or a lot of foreigners don't know. The professional sumo league, our professional, which is only one in the world, we don't have any weight class. It's not wrestling. It's you just translating the word into sumo wrestling, where we call it sumo tori, but we don't even call it a sport. It's more like a culture.
Hatakikomi is a movement the smaller combatant uses to throw the larger man off balance.
So like how the actor explained, he's going to use a hatakikomi, which is a technique used by a smaller sumo tori. We have like different techniques in sumo. And the reason for that is because it's taken advantage by the smaller guys. The bigger guys is about strength and power and then how you move your weight and stuff. But the smaller guys are the trickiest. Like they kick your feet, they pull your hands, they twist your elbows, and it's very dangerous, and salt is used very much in the Japanese culture. If you go to many shrines or temples in Japan, you're going to notice that there's certain places they put salt just to purify. And there's a thing in the Japanese culture when you go to someone's funeral, when you go back, they give you these envelopes. There's salt in it. So what it does is chase away bad spirits before you walk into your home. And sumo toris use the salt to actually bless their rings every single day.
Look, there.
The hair you see during that tournament, they call it oicho. Oicho is for only high rankers. What we regularly wear is what you see the samurai movies like chomange. If you go bald, I noticed they're doing extensions. This is why you can separate the sumo tori from any other professional sport, because we have to dress like them. You're not allowed to wear any of this. You get caught wearing something like this, they probably kick you out right away. So you have to walk the streets with kimonos during the winter, and then yukata, what we call, is a lighter material. And we have to wear what setters are called slippers. The setters we wear, we can tell what rank you are just by looking at the wrap. And from the slippers you wear, it's a pull down. This technique is used by a smaller opponent because it's all about speed and timing. But all he's trying to do is just to bait you, to make you come forward and push your weight forward fast enough where he can time it, where he just throw the shit at you and stuff. So that technique itself is well used. I wouldn't use it because by the time I do it, they probably hit my belly because I'm pulling down. It's a very winning move for that type of sumo tori. This is such a cool clip. The way you see the doyo, which is the sumo ring, if you look at the way that it's built, those days they used to have the poles on the corner to hold up the top. During my career, we still had that, not in a major tournament, but during our tours. The thing I like about the scene, it makes it so like authentic, the way they built that stadium. I would like to see it go back to that and make it lesser, because right now, you gotta imagine we have 6 major tournaments a year in Japan, and there's 12,000 people there 15 days in a row. And that is crazy because they're using 2 real sumo toris. And this is beautiful. I think I give him a 10. I wish I could wrestle in that era, the way it's built around the ring itself, and very authentic. What you just seen is exactly what they would do in a tournament or during a match. They have a thing what we call chirijozu, which is they come up and they do the ceremony where they slap their hands and they do all this. This is another tradition that for us to respect our opponent, to show him that I left my double barrel at home. I ain't going to shoot you. I'm going to beat you up with my own hands. It's that kind of thing. The referee doesn't say shit. You got to touch all fours. The hands have to touch. You just has eye contact. So that's what makes sumo very unique too. If you're running a 100-yard dash, somebody puts the guns. Or even a boxing match, the bell rings, right? But this is all eye contact. It's a funny clip. The motions and everything is kind of real, but the throws that wouldn't happen. They only happen in a Superman move. Those throwing techniques, you're going to see some guys get like flipped, like backflipped, like, you know. That can really happen. The word for what technique they used, kimarite, means is today's match, kimarite is he forced out. Kimarite is just the meaning of that. That is very real. One of these two guys are supposed to be a grand champion. If your grand champion gets his ass kicked, so people would actually throw their zavutongs. It's those pillows that they sit on at the tournaments. And you see this even till today. It's tradition. The people watching on the side on the floor get hurt. Some people think it's just good luck even though they go to the hospital with broken bones. But because the sumo tories are trained so well, we learn how to break falls. No one really gets hurt falling off the ring. Everything is more like elbow or twisted knees, a 6 or 7, 6.5. 7 is good. It's good. Very, very good. The guy who has the fan is what we call a yobirashi, which is a ring collar. The other guy who has the panel is his hand. It's called gyoji, which is the referee. Every sumo stable has one of each. Those positions too are ranked. You have like from the lowest rank to the highest rank. The drums would never be there, but that's the only thing that I wouldn't see in a regular sumo tournament. That is very normal. The Shiko is the squatting that they do, where they lift up their legs and pound their legs down. That's what they call Shiko. So that's the sumo squat. That's what they do to stomp away the bad spirits on the ring. Your first 6 months, all you do is Shiko. You do like 1,000 a day, easy. That's the best exercise to strengthen your legs and actually strengthen up your core. But I think because of the exercises we do, it helps prevent injuries. You loosen up your hips and stuff like that. You can get lower. This is exactly what you would see at a sumo match. Actually, we can go and actually break your elbow in one move. What the guy just did, he can step out, and what we do, we use my elbow to clamp down on his hand that's on me, and all I have to do is twist in and twist down, I can break his elbow. So my fingers are all broken from that because we learn how to cut your hand off the belt when you grab it. And there's like 4 or 5 different ways to take the belt off your hand. It's very easy to break your fingers. That's legal. I can actually come across and just whack you as hard as I can. You can knock a guy out because it's a karate chop. It's a mixture of martial arts, aikido and karate, and actually I can break your nose with my hand, with my palm, which I did during my career. So people don't know that part. To win a sumo match is simple. It's 5.5 meters, that round circle. You have 5.5 meters to work with. So the object of the game is to push your opponent out of the ring or throw him into the ring. Anything but the bottom of his feet touches the floor, you lose the match. So it sounds easy, but having guys over 400 pounds going against each other, pushing weight, they can try to take advantage of weight shifting and stuff like that. It's not as easy as it looks. I would rate it a 9, just the drums take that point away. But it's a very good clip.
700人を超える力士たちの中でも大いちょうを言い関取と呼ばれるのは重量幕内を合わせたわずか70人のみ。
That's the ranking. Since the second highest is the champion. Before they had grand champion Yokozuna, the highest rank was only Ozeki in the olden days. It never been done by any foreigner, bro. I'm the first to ever do that. And it's a shocking to the sumo world or to the country because no one has done it before. And I was very fortunate to be in the right time, right place, right mind, physical to handle the sport. It's the best protein, call it chango nabe. That's how they put our weight on. It's very, very nutritious. It's very, very healthy too. It can be chicken, can be pork, it can be beef, get a mixture of different meats, can be fish, seafood. So that changes every single day. You don't have the same menu at all. You have to be very healthy because they check on your body if you're diabetic or they won't take you. They check your heart every twice a year. They're very crucial about being healthy because to be big and to grow bigger, you have to have a healthy body to handle all the eating too. You got a 10 on that one. He's actually getting introduced to a stable that he's going to join. And you're a guest until you become officially a sumo tori. So he's getting treated as a VIP, which everybody get treated. If you're not a sumo tori and you're invited to come to a sumo stable, get used to it because they'll be serving you until you leave. It's a building, bro. Everybody lives there and everything is in there. Their practice areas in there. The shower rooms are huge. The kitchens are huge. They actually can make their sumo stables into restaurants if they wanted to. Everybody sleep on futongs. Even that is by ranking too. So the higher rank have their own room. I had my own room to sleep in, but the lower rank, they all sleep in one room. So it's real. What you just saw is exactly what happens.
下っ端になるほど雑務も多く忙しい。でも 楽しい。
1,000,000% right. You have to be the first to get up, get people's stuff prepared. You got to be the last to go to sleep because you're taking people's stuff to wash. And you got to make sure everybody, your senior guys, have their towels, everything they need for practice at the tongue before you go to sleep. They make it sound so nice, bro. I had to wipe floors from 3:30 in the morning before I went to sumo school. For 6 months, I did that. After sweeping on my knees, and you're not allowed to like mops. It's like you have to use towels. Clean all the toilets, take all the garbage out by 4:30 in the morning. And then I walk to school every single day. You can put a 10 for this clip. It's the real deal. It's like, that's how life is.
Oh, Jesus Christ, this diaper's making my nuts rub together.
The best way to explain it, sumotoris are like walking lucky charms. People like to come and touch sumotoris because it gives them good luck. So like for pregnant ladies, they would actually go to get their belly rubbed by sumotori just to have a healthy baby.
What? Buster!
They wouldn't even allow his socks on. The mawashi is the sumo belt, and everybody has their own colors. For their top ranks, they get to pick what silk color they want to wrestle in. This is called sagari. If you go to the Shinto, you go to any temple or any shrines, and if you look on the top, there's actually straws that have been weaved, and that's what the yokozuna would wear, and you see stuff sticking out. So that kind of represents like a god, a tori, which is a Shinto temple. That's even impossible to grab the middle. The silk is so hard, like it's like a cup. There's no way you can grab that stuff. That's why there's nothing really real about it. They built the arena like the arenas would look like outside of Tokyo. All the bleachers, all the stands. Because Tokyo, we have our own stadium. It's owned by the Sumo Association. But all the other, like Osaka in March, they have July in a place called Nagoya. I give them 2 for train.
When the harmony comes from within, the balance will come by itself. Shingi-tai.
The only good thing about this whole clip is shingitai. It's the word that we use a lot. You know, the spirit of sumo. And when they plan to make you a high ranker or something, the judges that judge us would actually judge us on that shingitai. What she's trying to explain to girls have to get that spirit and stuff, but you don't really need that to do the squat. She's doing it wrong herself too. So if you look at a real good squat as a sumotori, you notice they are going straight up and down. Their knees not even coming forward and stuff. You have to transfer all your weight to one side of your body, extend the knee that all your weight is on, and then lift your leg. Not easy. Everybody just lifting up your leg, that's not the exercise. They do have women sumo wrestlers in amateur level, and it's a huge sport in amateur level. The heavyweight ones are actually from Japan and stuff, so. It's still prohibited. In professional sumo it is. They're not allowed to even step on our rings, that's why. Even our practice rings, they're not allowed, ladies are not allowed onto the rings. Maybe a 5, 4. Can see she's trying to Shiko that, so I give him that much. It's like the conditioning part of sumo, which is what we call Butsukari Keiko. It was one of the hardest exercises. One guy catches all the hits, and what he does is he see him putting the head down. That is to try to get your opponent as tight as he can and see if he can keep his balance. When we used to do this, we weren't allowed to show anybody. The boss would actually kick all the media out. That's how hardcore it was. So what you see is exactly what we do. When you renew the ring, they do a blessing. And this is done every single tournament. Every major tournament, right before they start, they got what they call ika, dry squid, and they have sake, and they have, I think, rice and salt. In the middle of the ring, there's a hole in it that they put all that in there, and they cover it up before every tournament. So it's very ceremonial. Give it a 10. This is a good one. Oh, this is Kitao. Good acting. But that guy is a real grand champion. So I don't think if it was real, this guy would have get his ass kicked. He's a 6'7", 430-pound sumotori. We're the same age. We wrestled against each other a lot because his background is judo. So depending on how your body is built, there's techniques that you can use. For me, I'm round and big and heavy. So my idea of finishing a match, I have to finish within 5 seconds. That's my goal. It's illegal to punch in sumo. So this is not even a sumo match. It has no comparison. It's just another WWE. The other rule that people don't know, it's like when you grab the hair by accident, if you touch the hair, you lose the match. And the other thing, if your belt get loose and the judges around, there's 5 judges around the ring can see your jingle bells or your marbles hanging out, you lose your match. You can actually chop his jaw. You can actually broke the nose. There's a lot of guys who got KO'd right in the middle of the ring because of the chop. 0. Something like this would never happen. My favorite clip was Sumo Do, Sumo Don't. The actors getting Butsukari Keiko. It reminds me of the little villages in Japan still today. They love sumo so much, they go out and teach as much as they know to the younger kids and stuff. If you enjoyed this video, guys, you better click, or I'm gonna come and sumo stomp you. Keep on stomping, sumo style.